Well, isn't it just so nice? I was fighting myself the entire day. Somehow, and I don't know how, but my mind really kicked in last few days. And it's just fighting me every step of the way. And that just reminds me how, interestingly, it is easy to lose your balance and lose that direction in life every time the mind kicks in. So today I want to talk about all the steps how you can live your authentic self-life, which means how you can be more of who you really are and how it can be easier for you, especially if things like fighting from your own like other parts, like your own inner mind, your own mind, what to do when this happens. So let's get this started. Honestly, I have no idea what's going on. So there is this disturbance last 3 days, and all people that really into the astrology, they know the answer, but it's not me. What I said for all people who are in the astrology, that's not me. But it's just that I saw that on the internet that last 3 days it was one of the largest solar activities in the past 20 years, and somehow it caught my attention, and I was like, okay, maybe this is what's going on, because it is actually happening last 3 days. I think I completely lost this, like, not completely, but I have no idea how to differentiate where is my mind and where is my inner guidance, like my intuition. So I woke up today, that's a day 3 of this happening. I woke up, I felt like, okay, this is it, I'm gonna go hiking today, I feel great about it, something good will come through today. But I felt resistance from my body, and I immediately felt upset. I felt like, oh, I didn't hike for a very long time, and I want for another episode I want things to look certain way. And this is, I guess, what I like about how things are, is that when I do it, I have no expectation whatsoever of how it should look like, because it's just all I need to do is I have this like navigational system within me, the intuition that tells me how to do it, and every time I want to adjust it from just my perspective, from my mind perspective, I feel resistance and I don't do it. So today I felt again that I should do it this way, I should do it that way, and I already prepared for the hike. I got everything that I need. I packed and I got into my car. And guess what? I was sitting in the car and my body was like, but I don't wanna do it. I don't wanna do it. No, don't make me do it. I don't wanna do it. And I felt confused because I was like, but this is something that should happen. This is something that you want. And I didn't even realize that this was something that I was like pushing through more like the mind perspective. Because every time you say things like, but this is what should happen, even if you feel that this is something that should be great, every time you say, but this is what should happen, but you will feel great about it. No, push it through, you will feel great afterwards. So every time something like that happen, oh my gosh, pay close attention, because even like, wait a second. Because even myself, with the experience that I have, it still happens. Because in my mind was like, but you like hiking, but you like connecting to your inner self, but you like beautiful stuff, you like this, that, let's push it through. I know you're like don't want it, but you will feel great afterwards, because sometimes you do feel like your body is collapsed, like there's no enough of energy, and you feel like when you like just move a little bit, the energy, you will collect the energy that you need, and then it will be great. But it's not always the case, and sometimes what can happen is that your mind is trying to rule the show. And today I felt like in my body that I want to just say like I couldn't understand what I want. Actually, I was like, I want this, but no, I want that, but I want this. And it's that same thing. It's a whiskey and cola. I have no idea why I give this example all the time. Just like, I have no idea. Because I was like, where is this intersection of my mind and my intuition? My subconscious mind, my conscious mind, my subconscious mind, my left brain, my right brain, like my mind, my heart, like depending on what you like most. I was like, where is it? I cannot understand like what I need in this moment. So what ended up happening is that I prepared myself. I got into the car with all of the stuff, and I need to drive already to the location of the hike. And I was like, no, I'm not doing it. No, this is not right. And I felt like an idiot because I was already in the car. I had the stuff prepared. I felt like if I'm going to push this through, I thought that I was a little lazy. You know, I was at home doing photos, and then previous day was lazy as well, just chilling. So I was upset, and instead I went to do some chores. And when I went back home, do you know what happened? We had an incredible showers on our island. An incredible showers that the whole, north, south, east, west, the whole northwest, and actually the whole this like west side, northwest, southwest, all of the side got flooded. So we got a warning on our maps, do not go there, because it's flooded. And I was gonna go there for the hiking, and I was like, oh, that's why. Like in that meme, you know, why, but why, oh, that's why. Okay, I see. Somehow our inner self, like this intuition, is connected with some other informational channels, let's say. I don't know how this works. Like I see, I'm still discovering. But what I usually do is I always say I listen to myself, but I also listen to the space. Like I'm closing my eyes and I feel like I'm relaxing into the space, and I'm like, tell me what I need to know. So my body was trying to stop me, but I was trying to push it through, and I actually stopped. I felt disappointed in myself. I felt like maybe I'm not doing the thing, I'm not working. I have to, and this is already the mind perspective. But when I actually listened to myself, I saved myself so much trouble, so much time, because there were so many accidents on the road, there were so many closures, and the whole area was flooded. And if I were to go hiking, it would be a disaster. So I know what I should have been doing, and what should have been done. And I know what I know how it rolls. I know my musts, and I know my shoulds, I know my have to. But at some day, as today, you see the example, it was like, no, don't do it. No, I felt resistance in my body, but I feel like a little tired lately, so my body wasn't pushing me that much as usually, maybe hoping that I will hear it out, and I did. I was like, something's not wrong, something's not correct, I don't feel right, something's not right. I stayed home, I did some chores. It was an incredibly boring day, I have to admit. Somehow I felt like I was disconnected from the whole world, like I'm not in a flow, like I've missed something. Maybe the thing was to go early in the morning when I actually woke up, like before 7 o'clock. And I wanted to go straight ahead, and maybe that was the case, but like, sometimes like what happens to me is I feel this, like those kicks through my body, like, do it now. Now is the time. Like, I have my own timing inside of me when I feel when time is right. And then when you miss that train, then it's not anytime soon. So maybe like this is the example that I want to give you. When was last time you feel like you want to buy something? Maybe you want to buy like a book, maybe you want to sign up for some club, and you're like, but I want it now. This is the good time to do it. But your brain is like, why now? Let's do it next week. Maybe let's do it next month. Maybe not now. Maybe not like this. Maybe in a different club. Usually what happens is that when you feel this rush of your intuition, like I have this like jumps of intuition, like do it now. And I do it. So usually this is one of the way of the guidance to come through. So listen. Next time you get some spontaneous intuitional feelings that you want to do something, try to explore that. Try to do that. Try to experiment. Try to at least like stop the thought and be like, what are you trying to tell me? Like, is it really that important? Is it really that I need to do it? Because I promise you, the feeling inside that feels like a stupid, unnecessary, idiotic voice, that usually this is how it's treated. Nonsense. But when you try to listen to it, you will be surprised. You will be in the right moment, in the right time, or you will not be in the worst time on the highway, on the high that is flooded. You see? Everything felt right today, and I prepared, but I felt resistance in the body. I mean, I actually had an incredibly boring day. I could not find like what to do because I didn't want to watch, like, I had a pull to watch TV actually, but I don't want to watch TV. I was like, it's too boring. I want to go outside. I want to do something. So I tried to get outside. It was the shower was crazy. And it's strange, but like, yeah, I had a pretty boring day, but I saved myself so much trouble. And I know this for a fact in myself, and maybe you'll have it too when I tell you this. Sometimes we like to be saviors, we like to be fighters. We think that if we fight good, we get the medals, we get like, wait. I noticed this pattern in me, a pattern of a fighter, a savior, the one that feels like when she struggles the most, then it's like the biggest medal here, like, yeah, I did it, I'm good. But when things are too easy, it's like, boring, like I want a fight, like I'm a fighter. And I've heard it once from one very famous coach. When you leave that identity, everything in your life will be difficult. Everything. And not because like the destiny or God is against you, or like any other like higher entity, but it is actually you that is yourself subconsciously, like unconsciously making things difficult. Because when things are too easy, you avoid that route. Like you have a difficult one and you have this like poop, and you're like, but what will that do? Will I feel like a hero, like this heavier, really heavier? Actually, I was gonna say hero complex, but heavier. Nice, nice word. That is exactly correct. So when things are heavy, when you're like, you feel like you're struggling hero and things are like, ugh, then it feels like you deserved it. Who's from the post-Soviet Union space? Maybe you're German, maybe you're from USSR, like, or your ancestors. I mean, I heard from all of these countries, like, a lot of things related to working hard, struggling, like when things are too easy, when work is easy, when it's just enjoyment and pleasure, you get to do art and get money. Doesn't feel right. There has to be a struggle, and I know I have it. So there you go. It brought up today this thing that sometimes I actually have this things coming into my head, like, but who am I if not a fighter, if not a savior, if not the one who will, as it's a Russian expression, the one who will stop a train on the go, a bullet train on the go, the one who will like jump like the higher than a horse. Like, it's a problem. It's a problem because the identity that you create, it's like a magnet. If you create the identity, then circumstances, people, environment, everything will settle into that space, into that like genre, like into the sequence, into the order of things, into your destiny, basically. Things will start aligning for you, because I deeply believe, and this is what I feel most of the time, that the universe, the world is actually giving, it's providing, and it wants us to be happy. But it's here that we have a problem, not in my head, you in your own head, because things that you manifest in your life, things that you want to come through for your, for your life, you become like a magnet to attract things. And what I constantly hear from people saying is that life is difficult, marriage is difficult, traveling is difficult, relocating is difficult, marriage is difficult. Did I say that? Did I mention that? You see, if I said that twice, hit the right spot. We have to struggle, we have to work for it. Money doesn't grow on a tree. What else? What other constellations can you recall right now? Money doesn't grow on a tree. Nothing comes from nothing. No pain, no gain. You see, so many, I know. Like, if there's no struggle, like, how can you, in Russia there are so many expressions like no struggle, no food. Does this activate the thriving part of you or the surviving part of you? I vote for the second one. Did I mention? Did I say savior? I think I said it as a second turn. So this is not something that we want. When you create the identity, people will see that in you. And then from that, and then you will see that in you, and then from that they will make choices, and then from that people will talk to you in a certain way. The circumstances and all the things will happen. What if your identity is a savior and a fighter? Then what life do you get? The struggles. Just so what? Just so you can get a lot of medals, and so you can be proud of yourself. So I feel like it's really is time to worry and care more about like not what kind of like outfit we put on ourselves, but what kind of identity we put on ourselves, just like clothing. Because you think you're already like wait, why are you doing this? Because you feel like you're already like established there's nothing that can be shifted within your mind, within your soul, but it's not true. It can be with work that you do. Let me get some water. So you need to really work on the, you know how they call it scenarios. So it is to believe that we all live according to certain scenarios. Sometimes they come from favorite fairy tales we see as children, we see from cartoons as children, maybe it was told in some books that when we were children, maybe some stories from family that were passed to you. So look at the one that you have and see, are you playing the one that is like a fighter and a savior? But what I promise is that your struggles doesn't give you more credit. It's just that it feels like it is. So when you earn money and you struggle for it, it feels right. But when money comes easy, it feels strange. So when relationships are like easy with people, with a partner, feels strange. And struggle feels normal. And I have this actually myself working. I worked through that when life got to the point of how I always dreamed it would be. I started having anxieties, and I would do some things that would recreate those anxieties just because I was told, you see, when things are easy and good, it feels like something is not correct because your nervous system is adjusted like a junkie, adjusted to adrenaline and the cortisol and like all those. It's I think it's called adrenaline addiction. So we get to be addicted hormonally to the stuff. So when things are too easy, when things are just okay, it doesn't feel good. And then you keep on feeding that identity of a fighter, and then the universe is still providing you with the world and the life that you feel like is okay for you. How about that? Let's think about that a little bit, and I go grab myself poke, and I'm still up to seeing a sunset today. So see you a little bit later. I have dinner and sunset watching break. Waves are really crisp today. Just look at this gorgeous views once more. It's funny how I actually get used to it. It feels like now I have to drive somewhere to make a video, and I kind of like got used to the ocean and the mountain view and all of that. Although now I think I got to appreciate it one more time, because this is just so enough. Look at that little rainbow. Such a pleasant and quiet evening. The sun is set and I'm here just for a little longer to enjoy this, like these last glimpses of the sunset. And I'm not even sure if you can see me well. There are like the lights from the restroom that are coming here, but probably I will relocate now back to my car. It's reminded me of my hometown. All the potholes. And okay, I'm back to the car. You'll see me in 4, 3, 2, 1. So what happened is that when I sat into the car, a flying cockroach jumped in. So I had to evacuate immediately. I mean, I had to first drive back home because I couldn't stay there. So I was very careful and I turned off all the lights in the car, so couldn't continue the topic that I was talking about. But I will probably just do it tomorrow, I think. So we'll just leave it here. A lot of things are coming through, and I will keep in mind that it will be all on the topic of the relationship with like patterns of struggling and karma, and how we ourselves create and recreate those patterns in life. And I'm just gonna go home because I think like all the mosquitoes are gonna eat me alive now. So until next time.